Hey everyone, let me ask you something. What if I told you that the future of humanity isn't just about rockets and Mars colonies, but about a quiet revolution happening right now in the shadows of SpaceX's satellite network? Sounds wild, right? But here's the kicker: Elon Musk recently dropped a bombshell during his earnings call, suggesting that the real game-changer in SpaceX isn't the Starship or the Mars missions. It's something far more subtle, and honestly, it's blowing my mind. Let me break this down for you. Think about this: when we talk about SpaceX, our minds instantly jump to Mars rovers, Falcon 9 landings, or the Starlink constellation. But Musk is betting big on a concept that feels like it belongs in a sci-fi novel: robotics. Not the kind of robots you see in Tesla's labs, but something way more ambitious. Picture this: a fleet of autonomous satellites acting like robotic workers, building factories on the moon, mining asteroids, and eventually launching the equivalent of $1 trillion economy into space. Yeah, it sounds like a joke, but Musk is dead serious. And here's why it's fascinating: he's framing this as the most underappreciated part of SpaceX's business. Why? Because it's not just about selling rockets anymore, it's about creating an infrastructure for interplanetary civilization, and that's a whole different level of capitalism. Let's unpack this. SpaceX's satellites aren't just beaming internet down to Earth, they're the first wave of what Musk calls orbital robotics. These satellites are autonomous, self-sustaining, and designed to work in tandem. Imagine a future where these machines don't just communicate with each other but actually collaborate to build massive structures in space. It's like the difference between a single robot assembling a car and 1,000 robots building a city. Now, I know what you're thinking: this is pure fantasy. But Musk isn't just dreaming, he's laying the groundwork. Starlink's expansion isn't just about connectivity, it's about creating a network of nodes that can support data centers in orbit, which would be essential for AI compute power. If this takes off, we're talking about a paradigm shift where space becomes the next frontier for tech innovation. And honestly, I think that's what's going to make SpaceX's stock story in the next decade. Not the Mars landings, but the invisible machinery that makes all of it possible. But here's the catch: this vision is so far out there that even Musk's own team is probably scratching their heads. Gwynne Shotwell, SpaceX's COO, mentioned that robotics could drastically boost demand for Starlink. That's a clever move because it ties SpaceX's core business to its futuristic ambitions. If these satellites are building factories on the moon, they'll need constant communication, which means Starlink becomes the backbone of this interplanetary economy. It's like creating a digital Silk Road that spans the solar system. But let's be real, this is still sci-fi. The idea of a mass accelerator on the moon sounds like something from a Marvel movie, not a quarterly earnings call. And yet, Musk has a track record of turning impossible ideas into reality. The question is, how long will it take for investors to realize that this isn't just hype? Because right now, the market is focused on short-term metrics like quarterly losses and capital expenditures, not the long game of interplanetary infrastructure. Personally, I think this is where the rubber meets the road for SpaceX. If they can prove that their satellites are more than just internet relays, if they can show that they're the first step toward a self-sustaining space economy, then the company's valuation could skyrocket. But there's a huge risk here. Investors are already treating SpaceX like a speculative bet, and if Musk's moon manufacturing plans never materialize, those bets could turn into losses. What makes this really interesting is how it reflects a broader trend: the line between science fiction and reality is blurring faster than ever. Companies like SpaceX are no longer just pushing the boundaries of what's possible, they're redefining what's considered practical. And that's both thrilling and terrifying. Because if this works, we're not just talking about a new era for space exploration. We're talking about a new era for human civilization itself. So, what do you think? Is this the next big thing, or just another Elon Musk distraction? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're as blown away by this as I am.